Hello everyone, welcome back to clusterbmilkshake. I am your host, along with support puppet Mr. Chicken, the coolest mic holder. Yeah. Today we're going to talk about how to punish a narcissist. And it's not the, no contact. Or just remove your attention. Now, that's, low-level knowledge, but when I was reading in Malignant Self Love Revisisted by Sam Vaknin, he went into detail on how to tame, basically, somebody with narcissistic personality disorder when they're out of control, when they are stalking or harassing you, or just being a-holes. Okay. And as I was reading over this, of course, I want to see if any of this stuff worked on me, if I reacted to these types of behaviors from my people in any way throughout my life. So I'm going to bring this knowledge to you and, use it with caution, because as you know, you're going to know now, is that people with NPD, they're not just narcissists. They have, comorbid traits of either other personality disorders, depression, anxiety, or they be paranoid, schizophrenic, or schizoid, whatever, dude. So your person, their mannerisms. You can try these things out. Another thing is, a lot of this stuff that I'm going to read in here is very trauma bondy. Okay, so if you want to get a narcissistic person to kind of trauma bond with you, this is what you do. Now, as you know, trauma bonds are not love, and it's very toxic. So you're going to have to bring out some toxic flavor inside of yourself instead of removing yourself from an abusive relationship, because it's going to be mutually abusive. Okay? All right. There's 4 things, Sammy says. Okay. Number 1, frighten them. Narcissists live in a state of constant rage, repressed aggression, envy, and hatred. Yes. They firmly believe that everyone else is precisely like them. Not in a sense of, because we think that we're better than everybody else, but the way we think. And this is true. This is why we always think we're being manipulated and stuff, and we're very paranoid. As a result, they are paranoid. See? Suspicious, scared, labile, I'll have to look that one up, and unpredictable. Frightening the narcissist is a powerful behavior modification tool. When significantly deterred, the narcissist promptly disengages, gives up everything he fought for, and sometimes makes amends. Yes, so I have been threatened with blackmail, or being, my affair being exposed. And 2 things were happening in that moment. Number 1, I'm trying to calm the threat. I'm trying to calm the person down who is trying to make these threats, so they don't mess with my reality part of life. And I wanted to keep the fantasy part of my life. This person, borderline flavor, was being very like throwing a cat in water, man. And you couldn't tame this mother suck. And it was just like, you're trying to calm them down so I don't lose you and you don't ruin my life. Otherwise, I can lose my reality. And if I do, I ain't staying with you. I'm going to kick you to the curb too. If this is what's going on. If my partner finds out, which he did, and I lose reality, then I'll make the fantasy the main. Okay? Anyways, to act effectively, one has to identify the vulnerabilities and susceptibilities of the narcissist and strike repeated, escalating blows at them until the narcissist lets go and vanishes. So sometimes I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about burning the bridge so you can, get rid of the threat. You have to burn the bridge of your relationship, even if you don't want to, even though you wish that your narcissistic person would change, and beg for you back and all that stuff. And that they keep coming back, and you want to remove yourself from that relationship, even though you really don't want to, but that this is what's good for you. You're going to burn that bridge. Okay. Example. If a narcissist has a secret, one should use this fact to threaten him. Now, like I said, I was threatened with exposure of the affair because borderline flavor, I was not talking to him anymore. And he was trying to get my attention, and he's like, motherfucking bitch on Fatal Attraction. I will not be ignored, and he was throwing everything at me that he's gonna, tell on me. One should drop cryptic hints that there are mysterious witnesses to events and recently revealed evidence. The narcissist has a very vivid imagination. Let it do the rest. The narcissist may have been involved in tax evasion, in malpractice, in child abuse, in infidelity. There are so many possibilities which offer a rich vein of attack. If these insinuations are done cleverly, committally, he uses big fucking, can't you dumb shit down, bro? Gradually, legally, and criminally, the narcissist crumbles, disengages, and disappears. He lowers his profile thoroughly in the hope of avoiding hurt and pain. So yes, but this is you burning the bridge. You have to burn the bridge if you want to get out. Unless there's some trauma bonded bullshit going on here, they ain't coming back. So burn that bridge and hold tight to that no contact, because if they do come back to you, it could be for retaliation. So just stay gone, okay? Many narcissists have been known to disown and abandon a whole pathological narcissistic space in response to a well-focused campaign by their victims. Thus, the narcissist may leave town, change his job, abandon field of professional interest, avoid friends and acquaintances, only to relieve the unrelenting pressure exerted on him by his victims. I repeat, most of the drama takes place in the mind of a narcissist. So you can plant seeds, in the mind of a narcissist, and they will let their paranoia grow that into a real scary forest. And I used to warn my ex, don't plant seeds because you're not going to like what grows there. Because for me, being older, a lot of these things worked on me when I was younger and when I was doing shady shit and stuff like that. But now, it's not happening, Also, I'm the type of person that goes down with the ship. When I did expose my affair to my husband, the affair guy was like, "Why did you do that?" Now, he was blackmailing me and threatening me all the fucking time. And why? See, he just wanted to try to control me. And I just fucking blew the whole thing up, and I'm like, fuck it. I'm not going to let you hold this over me. And this was after I was done wanting brother back, But all my long-term followers know when ex-husband found out about affair, he kept fucking with me all the time about the emotional affair, and it made the affair look better than the husband. And that's when I was okay dropping the husband and going to the affair. But that doesn't work out either. And, discarded that dude within 6 months. So, all right. Anyways, he finds himself startled by horrifying scenarios. Jesus Christ. Pursued by the vilest certainties. The narcissist is his own worst persecutor and prosecutor. You don't have to do much except utter a vague reference, make an ominous allusion. The narcissist will do the rest for you. He is like a small child in the dark, generating the very monsters that paralyze him with fear. Yes. Needless to add that all these activities have to be pursued legally, preferably through the good services of law offices and the broad daylight, blah, 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 blah. So Sammy's saying protect yourself. Make sure that you're not going to do anything that's going to get you in trouble. Me, I didn't care. When I am going down with the ship, I'm going to handcuff you to me. We're both going down, okay? When we're burning the bridge, I'm holding you on that bridge. I don't care if I unalive as well, as long as I know that you are unalived, okay? All right. So this is why be very careful. So for me, all you have to do is just be completely disrespectful and you're dead to me. I'm gone. So that's good. Easy peasy. All right. Number 2, to lure them. Now this gets into trauma bonded flavor, okay? Another way to neutralize a vindictive narcissist is to offer him continued narcissistic supply until the war is over and won by you. Dazzled by the drug of narcissistic supply, the narcissist immediately becomes tamed, forgets his vindictiveness, and triumphantly takes over his property or territory. Now, I'm telling you that this gets into the trauma bonding thing because after, a narcissistic rage attack or, them coming after you with blackmail and threats and all this stuff, they're going to calm the fuck down once you have come back. You've come back. You're giving attention. You're there when they, want you. You let them use you for attention when they want you, and then that is when you want to start to put your plan in place to quietly quit or withdraw so they can get upset, with you. Not to the point where they're, doing the blackmail shit and everything again, but you do want to be boring. So they're just like, I'm going to go find somebody else. And this could take some time. You can't just no context somebody who is gonna come after you. Okay? So, yeah, you have to be willing to play the long game. And, just be critical. Even, I made a joke, a sex joke that I need a vibrator and, your dick ain't gonna be able to do anything. It was a fucking joke, but brother felt humiliated, because he was one of those guys, an exhibitionist, showing his dick to everybody and stuff. He's all trying to give me his measurements, like, proving, and I'm like, I don't fucking care. But yeah, and then he took off and ghosted the shit out of me. So, you just be critical and it's over, My ex was talking shit about my fucking neck, and he knows that don't talk shit I talk shit about myself about, He's supposed to be, I love you anyway, And I'm just like, I'm fucking done with you, man. And, of course I tried to go back to him a couple months later, but the initial breakup was, why are you even with me? You treat me like shit, All right. Under the influence of narcissistic supply, the narcissist is unable to tell when he is being manipulated. He is blind, dumb, and deaf. You can make the narcissist do anything by offering, withholding, threatening to withhold narcissistic supply, adulation, admiration, attention, sex, awe, subservience. Okay, so this is where the trauma bonding thing comes into tact, in rears its ugly head. Now, the thing is, you can't just come straight out and, withdraw. Say you're going to fucking withdraw. Say you're going to fucking take, you don't warn people. You do. No warning. It's shock and awe type things. Intermittent reinforcement. And then you will train a narcissistic person to, start getting the childhood trauma tingles that you're doing this. Now, I'm old as fuck. I've already been through all this shit. You try to pull any manipulative stuff, it's like, I wrote the book, bro, so goodbye, later, or it'll be like game on. Now, you mean nothing to me now, but game on. So these things have definitely worked on me when I was younger, okay? Next, number 3, threatening him with abandonment. The threat to abandon need not be explicit or conditional. If you don't do something, or if you do it, I will ditch you. Okay, so you can't just come straight out and say that shit. It is significant to confront, sufficient, not significant. Look at me making up words and shit. I'm rewriting your shit. I'm an editor, bro. Okay. It is sufficient to confront the narcissist, to completely ignore him, to insist on respect for one's boundaries and wishes, or to shout back at him. The narcissist takes these signs as personal autonomy to the harbingers of impending separation, and reacts with anxiety. Anytime I'm going to get pissed off, anxiety hits me first, and then I rage at you. It's all automatic, okay? So I have had an ex-husband rage on me, and I rage back, I've had ex-boyfriends, get loud, and I would shame them for that, or I would rage back, and then it's like, are we going to do this, or are we going to calm the fuck down, So either the other person is going to shut the fuck up, or they're going to say, they're going to try to be the adult, even though they started the shit, and then they'll be like, yeah, getting a little heated here. It's like, well, then shut your fucking loser mouth, and I won't react to you. Now, that's the narcissistic blame shift, but hey, I'm telling you secrets, right? All right. So, the narcissist is a living emotional pendulum. If he gets too close to someone emotionally, if he becomes intimate with someone, he fears ultimate and inevitable abandonment. Yes. This was still happening even in my last relationship, where I was trying to be as authentic as I possibly could be. And it's not working out. Number one, having trust issues. Number two, I like toxic dudes, so he has his automatic responses to try to protect himself as well, being pushed onto me. I get it. I know that I smeared the shit out of him in the past because I'm fucking angry. But, but I understand. So, it's very hard for narcissistic people to feel safe. Borderlines and antisocials, feel the same. Fucking psychopaths, they don't feel fucking safe. That's why they're always just conning everybody, or just, trying to get what they want from you, and don't even see you as a human being, So, and I have to say that, yes, I have done that in the past as well. I'm multifaceted toxic. Okay? All right. Anyways, he thus immediately distances himself, acts cruelly, and brings about the very abandonment that he fears in the first place. This is called approach avoidance repetition complex. Okay, so this kind of sounds like the push and pull thing of borderlines, but a borderline will feel enmeshed, like you're smothering the fuck out of me, and push away, and then they come back to you, and then they do want to enmesh with you and idealize you and everything. And that's where you get the push and pull. Everything's very extreme, up, down, up, down. And for narcissistic people, if you get too, because a narcissist doesn't want you to know them. It's like, if you know too much about me, you're going to use that shit against me. Already from my whole history, depending on how old you are, everybody has deceived me in some way. I'm betrayed by everyone, okay? Man, woman, child, whatever. Relationship or not, co-worker, boss, It's, we have this huge resume of betray, okay? And, the younger you are, it's like, well, I'm betrayed by my parents. And then they just, they get ingrained with this template of defense. So I'm already going to believe that other people are going to take off. So I'm going to take off first, right? This can also be in the it's like automatic, where, you're just start looking for a way out. And then this sometimes is like, well, I'm going to go to a different person, because I get to avoid having those intimate feelings with the person that I'm with. You're also fucking depressed and shit and unhappy with me anyway, because I won't open up. I won't break open that coconut for you. So if I go to somebody new, they're going to see me as my perfect masked self. Right? Right. Okay. In this paradox lies the key to coping with a narcissist. If, for instance, he is having a rage attack, rage back. This will provoke him fears of being abandoned and calm him down instantly and eerily. Now, this is if they still hold value in you, you know. And it really depends on your narcissist defenses, you know. You yell at me and everything, and I fucking love you. I'm not going to rage back at you, you know. I'm going to feel like, oh, he doesn't love me. If there is no love, if there is no love and I'm using you for resources or other things, or I'm trapped in a government contract with you or something like that, you know, it's just you're just being devalued, resentments. And I will hold it against you later, and there could be micro punishments, silent treatments, passive aggressiveness, and things like that. Don't think that I can re-idealize you and fall back in love with you. That's not happening. It's not happening. Okay. Mirror the narcissist's actions and repeat his words. If he threatens, threaten back. And credibly, try to use the same language and content. So you would have to dumb down your language to like preschool level if you're talking to me, obviously. Okay. If he leaves the house, do the same. Disappear on him. If he is suspicious, act suspicious. Be critical. Denigrating, humiliating. Go down to his level, because that's the only way to penetrate his thick defenses. Okay, so this is the blame shift, okay? So they start blaming you for something, you know, act like they're projecting. Blame shift them. We don't always project, okay? I don't give a shit what people are saying. I was afraid that my ex was going to light switch me off and he was going to lose interest in me, because that is what I've done to people in the past. I guess that is a projection, but I wasn't afraid that I was going to light switch him, because I was, you know, my attachment style was getting all fucked up. I was getting all disorganized, you know, or fearful. Fuck. All right, number 4, manipulate him. By playing on the narcissist's grandiosity and paranoia, it is possible to deceive and manipulate him effortlessly. Just offer him narcissistic supply, and he's yours. Harp on his insecurities and what the fuck ever. And then he's going to cling to you for dear life, but don't overdo it. Okay, so this is the love-hate thing. And as he says, you have to be more subtle about it. So, you know, being sarcastic, joking about things. So it's kind of like, you know, and I love that too. I don't mind if, you know, my partner, you know, picks on my little things. I laugh, you know. I don't think I'm, you know, the most beautiful or whatever. And when my partner makes little jokes, you know, because I'm safe. I know that my partner gives a shit about me. So if they were to nitpick me a little bit, you know, just here and there in a fun way, you know, I laugh and stuff. And I'm just like, oh, he loves me even though I'm flawed, you know? And that's why, you know, being in my last relationship, he knew all my flaws. And that's why that relationship was the most important to me. And the most devastating when, you know, you can't trust the person that knows everything about you, you know? So, yes, I hope this was helpful. Be careful out there. Sorry about, you know, my verbiage of destruction. Hope you got a giggle out of it, as Mr. Chicken likes to talk garbage about me all the time. Have a great day. Namaste.